Welcome to Talk Party Live. We chopping it up, parlaying, catching vibes. D-Max your host, and she's talking about the subjects that people won't even touch on, but she ain't afraid to speak on. Hey, we talking about marriages, relationships, dating, mental health, and them badass preachers' kids. Yo, domestic violence and adoption, and does the LGBTQ have heaven as an option? Woo. Right here on Talk Party Live with your host D-Mac. Talk Party Live. We talking, we partying, we getting live. Talk Party Live.
Welcome back for another episode of Talk Party Live with your host D-Mac. Today we're going to be talking about long distance relationships. Can they work? So I have a live and in-person example of the fact that they indeed can. But I also have a horror story of my own that say they don't. But I will say that just even knowing them, let me first give you their names. This is Kai, Kyrie, and Callie from Cali. They met from Michigan to California. They're going to share their own story with you in a little bit. But long distance relationships like theirs kind of inspired me because I was the type that, you know, it wasn't for me. I'm a direct contact kind of person. I need to be able to pull up on you. I don't need you to have to prepare for my arrival every time. I want to pop up and see if your bathroom clean on an off day. That long distance just give you too much time to fake the funk to me. But they inspired me because I'm like, oh my goodness, oh, they're in love and they're from opposite ends of the earth. Maybe I'll try it. So I tried it. I tried it. And I didn't go that far. I only went 5 hours. 5 hours away driving. So, but, you know, we talked on the phone for a little while. We kicked it, you know, we FaceTiming, we vibing, whatever. Connection was great. Wonderful, right? Right. So bet I'm not gonna do that for too long. I need to come see you. I need to make sure you are who you say you are. FaceTime is wonderful, but then that in person just gives you a whole nother dynamic to me. So we made plans. I get on the road, you know, make arrangements for my kid and the dog. I get on the road. She got a 5 hour head start before I get there, right? So I'm on the road. Right, 5 hours. I'm checking in. Yeah, I'm here. I'm there. I'm 2 hours away. Okay, I'm coming up on this exit. Where you at now? Sending the pictures of the navigation. All that. I get there. I pull up where she tell me to pull up. Mind you, I wasn't staying there. I got a room for myself. But I pull up where she wanted me to pull up. Nobody was home. It felt like a setup. Like if I was in Detroit, I'd have just skirted off like, nah, this is some bullshit, right? So I'm sitting in front of the house, I'm calling, I'm like, hey, I'm here. She was like, oh. I'm like, oh? What you mean, oh? Nigga, I just drove 5 hours. What you mean, oh? Like, oh? I'm like, where you at? Oh, I'm at the grocery store. Now, mind you, the exchange for me driving for 5 hours was for her to have something for me to eat when I got there. Cook me something, right? That was the whole arrangement, right? So I get there, you at Walmart grocery shopping. Why are you just now grocery shopping 5 hours after I told you I was on the road and now I'm here? So I'm like, I'm out. So I go get my room because I'm not about to get back on the road for 5 hours. I go get my room, I go to the room. She calls later, like, can I come out to the hotel? So I'm like, for what? You know what I'm saying? At this point, like, girl, you blew it. You know what I mean? Like, I just drove 5 hours and you showed absolutely no preparation for my arrival. Like, you gave no fuck. Nigga, you could be my next door neighbor, but you can't be 5 hours away, not playing them type of games. I just wasted my time, gas. I had to paper do all that shit. I was pissed. So anyway, she come out to the hotel. By now I'm thinking, okay, she at least probably got some food. Maybe she actually cooked. This motherfucker show up empty-handed, bro. I'm like, and you still ain't got shit? The fuck you been doing with the extra time? Like, I'm trying to understand, did you burn the shit? Can you not cook? Were you boosting? I mean, was you capping? What's up? Right. I mean, like, come on now, don't have me drive 5 hours for no dry run. So anyway, that was my nightmare story after I was inspired by their love story. And I probably will never engage in that type of activity ever again. But I do want to bring some hope to those who are or that do. And I want to introduce again Kai and Callie. Kelly. And I want y'all to share your story. Tell us how you met, how it came to where you were ready to make a decision to be in a relationship, even with being miles away. How it happened that one relocated thousands of miles away, and just how that transition was. Like, how was that? Tell me about it from the beginning. The first DM.
All right. Well, it was like a lesbian group we both was in.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot the post, but initially it wasn't even me trying to get on. It was just like I was like complimenting what she said, and then we started talking about how we both exercise and both work out. So it was that kind of conversation.
Okay.
Then when we finally exchanged numbers and we talked for the first time, it's like we really didn't hang up. It was just like a vibe, a connection. We could relate that. That's the first woman that I met that was that had a child that allowed a stud to be like the other co-parent.
Okay.
So I was in that same situation, but that was an ex at the time.
Okay.
So women that I met previous to that, they would be like, "Oh, you must still like her, da da da," but it wasn't like that. I was taking care of the child. So for her to understand that, because she is now the ex, you know what I'm saying, but her ex-partner was still in the child's life, it was like, you understand.
Right.
So that was an instant connection right there, and we just kind of vibed. It was something different. And I was at a depressing time in my life. So she came, it was like a breath of fresh air. You know, we just talked about whatever. So I think that was like the instant connection, and what made it real solid was because she didn't judge from the jump. I was going through some hard shit when I met her, but it wasn't ever like, "Oh, I can't talk to you, you kind of down right now." It was just talking.
Being there for you.
Yeah. So like I said, it didn't start from like me trying to get on. It really started from just I agree with whatever she said in that group, and then what you about to do? I'm finna go to the gym. Well, I work out too. We on different time. What was that? 3 hour difference? 4 hours? So when I would be getting ready for the gym, she might be getting ready for work. So it just worked out like that. But it really wasn't about me trying to get on the first DM. She'll probably tell you it was, but it wasn't. So that's my take on it. I don't know if her story is different, but that's.
So how did it go just from talking about just commonalities, what you had in common, working out, and just vibing? Like, how did it go from that to, okay, let's see where we go. How do we go from that to, this might be something more than what we thought?
Well, we talked every day about everything. I don't think we really held back anything. I just started to like her, and she started to like me. It just seemed.
You can't answer for me, bro.
No, you did. You told me. I really don't know when it became to the point where it was like so serious. It's just everything was flowing like perfectly. And we just talked, and I don't understand how. Like 3 hours difference, we talked all day.
Right. Nobody got any sleep then.
Oh, we slept on
We
like
slept on the phone,
phone.
like teenagers.
Oh yeah. Oh, y'all fell asleep on the phone. Breathing.
For real.
You hang up first. No, you hang up. Okay.
No, we like stayed on the phone together. Even when I was at work and meetings with my clients, I would have like my earpiece in, and all day we talked. And maybe like a month and a half into it, and she said that she loved me. But I used it, and I loved her too.
Probably was. I'm telling you, it was a dark time. Like she was a light that she didn't even know at the time. But yeah, it was. But it was genuine though. It wasn't just I ain't want nothing from it.
You know what love is.
Yeah. It was genuine. And like you said, and then like to on my end, when I knew it was for real, when I wanted to talk to her all the time, and I was thinking about her all the time. You know what I mean? That's when it became real to me. So I can't put no time limit on it, but I know when I was just like constantly at work or at the gym, whatever I was doing, she was in my thoughts. So that was yeah.
So that's how you met. Okay, so how long did y'all communicate like that before y'all start feeling like, oh no, see, this phone thing ain't gonna get it. We don't have to be in each other's presence. Somebody gonna have to move.
Well, the visits came first.
Yeah.
Because people might say like sex ain't important, but if your sex life is, you get with somebody to me and sex not good, it might be an issue on the other end. So you want to kind of
Test
we go
drive.
on, Then you talking on the phone, feelings come, and you having those kind of conversations. You want to know what the real thing is like. So she came to see me, I think in August, and then I gotta tell this story.
Okay.
And then came to see me in August. We had a good time, you know. October came, Sweetest Day here.
Okay.
So I'm telling her about Sweetest Day. She thought I was trying to game her. Like I made the holiday up so I could just
Oh, yeah,
get a
that's
gift.
California.
Yeah, they don't know about that.
All right.
So she thought I was lying. I'm like, you should come see me for Sweetest Day. So she went to work and Googled it and asked her coworkers from Detroit, was it a real thing? And then she popped up on me and came to see me for Sweetest Day. So at that point, like I've been at my job for about 12 years. She loves her job. She got a son, but I was willing to relocate. And we talked about it, but then at the end of the day, she was like, she just tired of California. She wants something different. And I'm like, this is totally different. Weather,
Everything.
attitude,
Yeah.
everything is different here. But she just wanted to change. And not even still then, still months down the line, put things in play and made it work. But we visited each other. I went to California one time to see her. So it worked out. Not like my stay was shorter than I think hers was, but I still got a chance to see it. I still would have moved there, but because she was tired of being there, it was like, okay.
So the vibe you felt on the phone when y'all first started meeting up with each other, it was just the same, just a continuation of
Oh
that.
no, she was shy.
She was shy?
She wasn't saying on the phone. On the phone, we could talk about anything. I mean, we talked in person, but if we gonna talk grown, like sexual, her first time, she was like shy. You know what I mean? So that was different for me because I think not to sound like that, but I've been with more women.
Okay.
So I think I was just like, what you mean you nervous? Let's
Right.
do this. You know what I mean? Like, why are we nervous? What are we nervous about? So the phone conversation and those adult conversations we would have over the phone was like, we there. You know, but when you get in person, it was like, she was nervous. You know what I mean? So that was different, and it did cause like some arguments because in my mind, I'm like, you came all this way, what we gonna, you know what I mean? So it was different, and then we still had to, even when she moved here, we had to learn each other.
Right.
Because over the phone, yeah, true, it was no faking on either one of our parts, but it's different. Now we live together, we paying bills, you know what I mean? Things like that. So some things that she was used to, especially like even the money, the pay is different compared to California. So that took some getting adjusted to, but like I said, when she got here, I was doing much better. But when she met me, I was in a, not even so much financially, just emotionally a dark place.
Right.
So we just had to go through all that, and then once we really learned each other, that's when it just got better. And I would say that this time that we in right now is better than when she first got here.
Okay.
When we first got here, it was rough. It was love, but it was arguing.
Now, how long has it been since y'all combined?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah, I've been here
Okay.
for 3
Yeah.
years, 3.5 years.
Now, was that scary for you to make that move? Even though you felt what you felt, you're still uprooting your life. You're moving to a whole other place where you don't know anybody but this one person you know through the phone lines and a couple visits. God, so how was that?
It was scary because I was leaving like my family, and at that time I was leaving my son too because he wasn't coming with me right away, and so I was sad.
What was your thought process with that, not having him come right away? Was it because of school, or you wanted to make sure it was going to be right before he came?
Both, and it was a mutual agreement with family.
Okay.
That it would be best for him to stay there, for me to come here to get to know here, and to make sure what
y'all stable enough.
Exactly.
I got you.
Exactly.
Okay.
So it was just different, and getting to learn the people, the environment. Yeah, it's been a journey, but I have adapted, and I'm happy.
So now you just at home with it.
I'm just at home.
Okay.
Yeah, that's kind of how I feel.
And so you recently popped a question.
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all set a date?
Yeah, next year, July 24th.
Next year, July 2022. Let's go. It started on the phone line and it's ending up in the church house or the chapel. So, I guess it's a matter of preference and tolerance and patience and just connection. You know what I mean? And communication.
Like I said, where we at now is way better than where we was at maybe 2 years ago. You know what I'm saying? But I don't really regret nothing that we went through because we needed that.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So on the outside looking in, it could look so perfect to somebody, but we have our disagreements. It's never gonna come to blows.
Right.
I wouldn't allow myself to get that upset.
Right.
I think we both would probably just walk away, and it's different. Even though I don't get in a horoscope, we both the same sign, maybe 2 weeks apart. But when I'm mad, just leave me alone. I don't want to talk. I don't work it out. She not like that. She want to fix it right then and there.
But that's all a part of learning your partner. You know
Right.
what I'm saying? Now you got to find the middle. Like, okay, you don't want to be bothered, but I'm gonna just say this and then I'm gonna walk away.
But see,
You know what I'm
it's
saying?
there now. But at first, that was an argument because it's like, leave me alone. And she's like, I'm not gonna leave you alone. So that caused the argument within the argument because she want to fix it right now and I don't. But now that we know each other, she gave me about 15 minutes and then she try to come and talk and then it works out. And we don't go to bed mad. You know what I mean?
That's
but
awesome.
nothing is perfect. You know what I'm saying? So definitely not trying to say it like that. But it took us to go through arguments, to go through being mad at each other, to understand that this is my love language. I don't want to talk right now. I love you, but I just need
Give me some space. Let me calm down. Let me not say the wrong thing in the moment. You know what I mean? And that's wisdom, though. Like if you have that amount of self control, but sometimes, to be honest,
it's tough. Yeah.
I'll be like, what?
Yeah. It's tough. Yeah.
I'll be like, I'm gonna just say this. If I gotta apologize, I'm gonna
Right,
apologize later.
Right.
But I'm gonna say what the hell I need to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, you know, you got to be considerate of the other person. And do you want to really resolve or diffuse, or do you want to antagonize and
Right.
and reignite or light the fire even the more?
Right.
So how did y'all handle like arguments like from out of town? Because I can tell you, I can cut somebody off in Detroit, right? You make me mad enough. Like you all the way in California, nigga, that's easy, right? Like did y'all ever have those type of arguments with like I'm done before y'all was even together?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we did one. I can remember one time. Yeah, I was dishonest, and we had an argument about that. Like she was.
Cut off game is
Yeah,
strong.
she was
Yeah.
done. She was done.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like, it was like petty lie when I could have just been honest.
Right.
But I was meeting someone. Well, my ex,
Okay.
who was the parent of my son,
Okay.
and I didn't tell her that.
Okay.
However, she learned, and she was upset about it. But it was something so simple that I could have just told her,
Right.
and she was done.
So
She
how'd you
was
come back
like-
from that? You had to do a lot of calling, star 6, 7, and
Like
getting around blocks.
everything. Like, wait, I was getting ready to move here.
Mhm.
I had just recently gave up my place
Oh.
and everything.
Don't
So
cut me off now, Nick.
I'm like, I'm coming regardless. I'm there. But we talked about it. Yeah, we talked about it and we overcame that, and I came. Yeah.
Oh, and now you're here.
Hmm.
And we're
It's just
planning
communication
the
for me.
wedding.
Right.
That's good.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna take 5.
Welcome to Talk Party Live.
All right, y'all. So I got a little pick a card game we're gonna play. But before we do that, just one part we did not touch on. We spoke about the child and you feeling like you needed to wait and make sure and be stable and all that before he came. How was it for him to move from California to here? And then was there some resistance or was there some tug of war, you know, even with the new person? Like, how did that transition go with the child? Because it's one thing for us to be like, oh, we want to be together, let's be together,
Right,
and that's what
right.
it is. And we say our kids, like, you're going to do what I do. You know what I'm saying? But sometimes that works and sometimes it doesn't. How was it for y'all?
Well, before she moved, me and him kind of had like a little relationship. We would talk on the phone.
Mm-hmm.
You know, asking how school was going, little stuff like that. And then because it was really, she let him decide. It was family involved, but she gave him the option if he wanted to come or not. That's all he knows, California. So of course he wanted to stay. So she told him you could stay, and then you'll finish your last year, you know, high school, or whatever. But when he first came, on my end, I had a wall up because I felt like I don't want to get close to this kid, and then if we don't work out, I've been down that road before. So that was my standoffish point. But then I had to step out of that box and just allow her to understand that she's different than the other person that I was with.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So once I came out of that, it's like he's always wanted like a relationship with me. It was just me that was kind of standing. Never treated him different. He
Right.
wouldn't know, but
Right.
I knew I was guarded. And once I kind of got past that, it's been smooth sailing. He do typical teenage boy stuff, you know what I'm saying? But he's never disrespectful. You know, don't want to wash dishes, but like I said, kid stuff.
Right,
He's never
right.
just jumped in either one of our faces or anything that make you want to go to jail behind it. But he's a good kid, you know what I'm saying? So I really don't have no issues out of him. I think we don't bump heads, but I think by me working with kids for so long, I know he's at the age where he's having sex.
Right.
She's still mommy and want to feel like he's not. So, like, we went to California.
You don't want to accept the truth?
No.
Girl.
When he got ready to leave, I made sure he had rubbers. We had to talk because it's gonna happen.
Mhm.
And I'd rather you be educated and protect yourself than you let somebody talk you, you know, and doing something unprotected or whatever. But
So what was you like? Don't give my son no rubbers. He ain't having no sex.
No, I didn't. Because he said that he told me he was having sex.
Oh.
I just don't like to talk about it. That's just no. Focus on school is my thing.
he focusing on both. I'm telling you.
It's part of puberty.
Yeah.
It's happening.
I guess I waited for so long. I wasn't thinking about sex ed.
Different
It's
times.
2021,
So.
baby.
Well, that's one thing I don't know, because they conversations might be different. But
Well, he is different.
Okay.
And the way I felt when I moved here is just everything about it. This is city for you guys.
Mhm.
We know city as we're from San Francisco,
Right.
so it's city to us. So
Mhm.
here it's like a little slow. So-
say what you say. Don't sugarcoat it. What you be saying about Detroit? You mad 'cause everybody from Detroit?
We lame. We thought we was the shit.
God,
No,
come on.
I didn't say that.
So
I'm
Detroit ain't
saying
shit compared to California? No.
to San Francisco, it's different. It's
Yeah,
different.
okay.
She
It's,
said we country, man. She been saying since she got here.
Detroit is
Hey,
country?
hello, she been saying since she got here. It's so country here. Where?
it's not like a city to me.
Hmm.
It's a different vibe. It's not like San Francisco. And
So San Francisco is always popping though, like
I'm not gonna say it's always popping, but it's city.
It's
So
city,
it's moving constant all the
Mhm.
time, rapidly. It's always moving. And it's just something for me and him both to get used to.
yeah.
So he came in November last year,
Mm-hmm.
and it was basically winter.
How is he enjoying being back home for the summer?
He's loving it. I extended his ticket for another month.
You did?
Yeah, because he asked. But
Aw.
he has family there, and
Yeah.
I understand why he want to be there. So he'll be back next month to finish his last year of school, and
Okay.
then he'll venture off to go back. But he's okay.
Does he want to come back?
Yeah, he
He
wants to
does?
come back. He say he misses us all the time.
Aw.
Yeah, he calls and texts and say we got a family group chat.
Okay.
He say he misses us. So
That's good.
he's a good kid. I don't. Besides sex and girls,
That's perfect though, right?
Yeah,
that's
that's
what I
all
tell
the
you.
issues
You
I
don't
got
want
with
them
him.
other problems.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, that's awesome. That's awesome because you know we have to be concerned about how things impact our young people.
Yeah, he's okay.
You know, it's not just as parents. It's not just about us. So I appreciate and respect the fact that you took your time and you consider how he feels, and you know what I'm saying, and you as well,
And
because that's
this,
important. You know, to cultivate that relationship.
and then this is not new to him, like same sex.
Right,
He
so-
was born into a same sex relationship.
Was it arranged?
Well, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Mhm.
Okay.
Mhm.
Sweet.
So
All right, time to pick a card, ladies. Who want to go first?
You can tell.
Pick a card. These cards are supposedly, according to the relationship experts, supposed to be the most important things that you need to do to have a successful long distance relationship.
Mm.
And when I was looking them over and cutting them out, I'm like, that shouldn't just apply to long distance relationships. But I mean, there are some that are specific. But who wants to pick first? Let's go.
Go ahead.
So what you're gonna do is you're gonna pick a card, you're gonna read it out loud, and then you're gonna tell me if that applied to y'all, and if so,
you
how.
go first. Go first.
Pick a card.
All right. Enjoy your own personal time, independence, embrace time apart. You said answer it from my own personal.
Mhm. With her, like,
Oh.
is this something that you all dealt with in your long distance relating, like? Because you said y'all spent a whole lot of time on that phone, right?
Yeah.
Like, did y'all have any time to where it was like, whew, like if I spent the night with you on the phone, like in the morning when it's dead, and I'm just like, whew, you know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
so I'm
a break.
I'm answering two parts. In the
Okay.
beginning, I didn't want to break. I wanted to talk on the phone all the time. Like I
Okay.
said, my job is kind of lax. I work with youth,
Mhm.
so I'm not chasing around toddlers. These are teenage, young adults.
Mhm.
So I can, get them activity, they doing it, whatever. I can have her in my headphones and we talk. Same thing at night. The time difference was so different that it just kind of worked for us.
Mhm.
So in the morning, I would want to talk to her. Now when she came here to stay, she didn't know nobody, but I did want her to meet other people, but not just befriend everybody because It's, no matter where you at, people got bad intentions.
Mm-hmm.
But now, fast forward, almost 4 years later, she's met a social club, Jeep club, full of women with Jeeps, and they like sisters.
Mm-hmm.
And they go out and hang out, do brunch, do all type of girl stuff that I don't want to do sometimes.
Mhm.
So it's like perfect, go hang with them because
Mhm.
I'm in a bike club. So when I want to be on the bike and get my alone time, she got something to do too, and I don't have to feel like I'm just leaving her in the house because now she know people, she been out, she got friends now. So the personal time now is different because we've learned each other, and
Mhm.
you understand that sometimes you do give me time to miss you. It's okay,
Mhm.
you know what I mean?
Mhm.
So. Two, like I said in the beginning, yeah, I wanted all her time, you know, whatever, and just to be on the phone or whatnot. But now it's just like, yeah, it's okay for us to hang out
Mhm.
because that is not to sound cliche or corny, but that is my best friend. You know what I mean? So I understand that we gonna be together, we can party and all that.
Mhm.
But sometimes I want to go out with my other friends and
Mhm.
let her go out with her friends, and that's just so. Yeah, I think it is important. Like you said, I think this goes both ways, and long distance or so be close.
Yeah,
Right.
space is a beautiful. I found that space is just a beautiful, beautiful thing. I can't. That's probably why I'm not in a relationship. Cause I'm like, sometimes I feel like that. Sometimes I don't. Like I don't feel like being bothered all the time, all
Right.
day, every day.
But
Like,
once your partner get that, they gonna know. Like I said, whatever your love language is, they gonna respect it. They have to.
it's like, come on now, like, it's okay. It's
I
okay.
still call you all the time.
Yeah, but it's still you do. But it's like I know
Are you
that.
the type that you in the house in a different room and you call her?
No.
Oh,
Like if I'm at work or something, she'll call. But that's cool because again, my work is not to the point where I'm doing brain surgery.
okay.
So I can, if I'm coaching or whatever, I can step to the side. You all right? And we check in for a minute, and then we continue about our day. Text throughout the day, check on you, you know. But it's still time when she out with her friends. When she send me the location, I know she all right. She can drive home. She ain't intoxicated like that. I'm not every 5 minutes. You gotta tell me what you're doing. That's
Right.
controlling. It's
Yeah.
just a safety thing. You all
Yeah.
right? You know what I'm saying? So that's just it. When I go,
Concern and control. It's
Yeah.
a fine line.
oh man, yeah,
Fine line.
yeah.
All right, Cali. From Cali.
You in the country now?
Right.
Do things together while apart.
Right. So when you guys were together, well, apart
Mm-hmm.
here in Cali, before y'all even met, like, did y'all do the little go to the movies together? Like, you go and we sit on the phone and watch the same movie together? Or did y'all do that,
We
like,
didn't do
virtual
that.
date type stuff?
On TV we did, but not
Yeah.
actual movie. Watch movie like TV shows together. We never went to the actual show together.
Okay, so y'all didn't do, like, the virtual date type thing?
No.
Okay.
Mm-mm.
People getting real creative these days.
Yeah, that was because COVID. You have to do it now. But
Yeah.
back then it wasn't a thing. We really no, didn't have to do
Just
that.
TV.
I done seen somebody literally make a whole like dinner, romantic candles, everything. They had the plate here, plate, even though there wasn't nobody there. I guess the person on their end did the same
Had a
thing
plate.
and had, you know what I'm saying? They just had this little date and they just talked on FaceTime, and I'm like, well, that's a lot of effort. You know what I'm saying? To try to make yourself feel together while you're apart.
Mhm.
That's what the experts say. Do things together while apart, like more than just talk on the phone. But
Right.
like, let's go for a walk in the park. Like, you in your park, you in your park.
Oh yeah.
We holding phone, but we holding hands. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers getting real creative out here.
You gotta keep it spicy.
Correct.
But yeah, like I said, we would go. Like I said, the gym.
These the experts now. This what they
Yeah,
say.
we did things together, but not the whole dinner thing. That was super creative.
Openly discuss future plans, discuss relationship goals. So, in y'all's communicating long distance, I guess it would be important, right?
Mm-hmm.
To discuss future, because you don't want to be just stagnant and just
Yeah. Now that definitely
developing a
applied to
pen
us.
pal, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, or something like that. Like you still gotta be thinking about the future.
Yeah, that hit us for sure because her job was a professional type thing. She was
Mhm.
doing passports for people, Steph
Mhm.
Curry, and just so she loved her job. And then me too. I've worked with kids so long, and that's all I wanted to do.
Mm-hmm.
So it was like, who gonna book? This is a career. This is not a job. These are our careers,
Mhm.
Right.
So who was willing to give it up? But the facility that I work at, there's one in California.
Mm-hmm.
So we did the research, but it's not a passport place where she worked here. So it
Okay.
was talks to move to Chicago
Okay.
because just trying to just accommodate each other. So that was like really important because it's like, yeah, how are we going to make this work? Because I don't want you to come down here and have to start, not for real, but working at McDonald's. You know what I'm saying? So
Mhm.
I still want you to be happy when you work it because I'm gonna be happy doing work.
Right.
So she went through a couple of jobs trying to find something that made her happy.
Mm-hmm.
So we had to go through that. So I think that's real important about talking about future goals because I am set in my career.
Right.
I don't want to do anything else but what
Okay.
I'm doing. So she understood that, and it was like no fight with that.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Even though it was what was it? That's like they city workers down there make a lot of money,
Right.
but I didn't have an interest to do that.
Okay.
I wanted to do what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? So we, like I said, we talked about that, and then even her job that she was doing since it's not here, it was a change for her. What can I do to make me happy? So she tried a couple of things, banks, all type of stuff. So, but
Nothing.
yeah.
You found something now?
Now,
You
yeah.
happy?
I'm in the hospital,
Okay.
and the environment, I love it. And the pay, I love.
Okay.
Yeah.
That helps.
yeah. So I think that's
Big check, happy life.
you definitely got to talk about them careers. And then I don't know how that would work if she was like not like goal driven because like I said, I am set in my career, but I'm open to other things.
Advancing within that same spectrum.
You know what I'm saying? So I think that helps too because support is big. Support whether you in each other face or apart, you gotta have support because if you don't, it's like you just out there by yourself. You tend to feel like you're carrying a load.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because that was her thing, like being used was something like a insecurity that she had. So I had to like do a lot of reassuring that that's not what I'm on. You know what I'm saying? So we had those kind of conversations too, but it's out there, just being real. You know what I'm saying? It is out. People try to use you, play you. So talking about careers, talking about money, and the big salary difference. Like she was making double. You know what I'm saying? In California to come here, it's like you got to get used to that. So
Yeah.
so,
in the name of love, the things we do for love. The things we do
Right.
for
That
love.
was a big change for me.
All right, Kyrie.
so me. All right, find right amount of communication. Again, when I'm mad, it's just leave me alone. Let's not talk right now. And for me, that was like a change because previous relationships were just let's let her be. I mean, I can go days. We could be in the same house and I'll walk straight through you. Like, I'm that kind. When I'm mad, like, I just don't want to be bothered. I have to like calm down. But it's different with her. She bring a different side of me out, and it's like I don't want to be mad. You know, so I learned to take my little time out, you know, get it together and try to regroup and talk about whatever was going on. But at first, our first probably year, it was like that. If I'm mad, just let me be. And she didn't understand that, so it would make her sad. Now I'm mad, and it's just adding, stacking up. Mad already at whatever we arguing about, but now I'm mad 'cause you trying to talk to me. So it was just a lot. It was a lot. I can admit that I was a lot to deal with. You know what I mean? But once we really sat down and just said, this is why I'm like this and this is what I'm used to, it became so much easier to the point where we really realized like we kind of the same. So when she realized that, it was open communication. When people around us and we talk, it's like you wouldn't think we was in a relationship because we just talk about everything.
Okay.
If it's other women walking past, like there's no, it's always, you want to be a little jealous, right? But it's a respect line though. So our communication is so open that if it's an attractive woman or whatever, we both comment, then that's it. You know what I'm saying? But we don't linger on 2 days later. You know, it's an argument or something like that. You feel me? Yeah. So it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? So we really cool. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, nothing is perfect, and it took some bumps to get here.
I think that's every relationship, but I think it's more compounded with distance and trying to mesh two very different lifestyles. And
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's a whole nother dynamic. Okay, last card.
Make it a good one.
Write letters.
Oh, my goodness, I ain't about to tell this look.
They said, so the experts say going old school
Yeah. Okay.
will help facilitate and cultivate the relationship.
Oh, smooth, man. She got a story for you.
Writing letters or actually writing them with your handwritten,
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, penmanship and sending it with the perfume and shit on it and
I
you
do
know those
letters
stuff
all the
like
time.
that. You do?
Maybe.
Well, y'all
even-
sound like y'all doing everything the experts say.
I don't know.
That's why I succeed.
Even when I was in California, she was sending me like gifts to my job, like letters, notes. It can just be a note to say "Have a good day" or "I love you," but still, it was mailed from here to there.
Right.
And then even sometimes, I get in the car.
I'm gonna get some notes from you later. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, she writes stuff on a mirror or anywhere.
Mhm.
I can just, even for my birthday, like 12 days up until my birthday.
I
get
saw
a
that
gift
on Facebook. That was
every
just so
single
precious.
day.
Not precious.
That was so precious. Do you be doing stuff like that though?
I just buy stuff, whatever. she
Love
wants.
language is different.
Yeah.
There is a difference.
It's
Because I'm not about to do all
I
the
cook
stuff you
every
do.
day.
But my love language, like there's a scripture that says, "Where your treasure is, there will your heart be also." Like where I spend my money, that's my way of showing that I care. Not that I'm about to just be like, buying you.
Right,
But
right.
If I take the extra mile to go buy you something, because I don't like to shop, but if I do that and I actually present it to you, just know I care
Mm-hmm.
to some degree.
Mhm.
And there's, you know what I'm saying, depending on the.
And that's what I'm saying. That's
You
what
know.
I mean about her. Like,
But I ain't doing all that.
not to give my secrets away, y'all can write this down though. But I can go to the Dollar Tree literally and
Right.
get her 10 little trinkets, and she will enjoy it as if it came from Saks or
Tiffany.
Pandora. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
It's the effort that you put into
and
it.
that's how she is.
And that's
it's
how
like-
I feel,
and it's so
because-
that's
I've been in previous relationship where it was like designer. If I buy you a designer bag, it solves everything. It
Mhm.
makes everything like perfect.
No.
Like, so things like that was like thrown at me all the time, and I didn't care for any of it.
Mm-hmm.
Like the notes that I get sometimes that's left in the car or in the bathroom, things like that is what make me happy.
The simple
The
things.
simple
It's the
things,
little
because I'm
things.
simple.
but that's
Yeah.
because it worked for her, not somebody else that's
Right.
different. Or like you said, with her pre-relationship, you would have to buy that. But I'm not a materialistic person.
Mhm,
So it's already, that probably just wouldn't work for us.
Right,
You know what I mean?
right.
So you gotta have those conversations
Right.
because what you used to.
Right.
Let me tell you what I am. I'm gonna stay in my range. This is me.
Right.
But and it worked for us. I knew where she was coming from. Her partner back then making very good money.
Mhm.
So, but I'm not the kind of person. I'm not gonna try to compete with the last person. I'm gonna tell you who you getting off top.
Right.
I'm gonna stay in my lane and my ability and
You
do
see what
what's
I'm saying?
in mine.
That's why I
Right.
share my struggles in the beginning. 'Cause I want you to know this is who I am.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So she
Don't
accepted
come
that.
at me if you're looking for me to rescue you financially
Yeah.
or I mean and there's nothing wrong with a woman wanting to be adorned or spoiled
Yeah,
or
right,
certain
right.
things like that. So I'm not
Mhm.
suggesting
Absolutely.
that, but for that to be the goal,
Yeah.
you know what
Yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah,
Is that's to me becomes the problem.
I want to answer a question you asked her. Do she do those things? Like it's crazy. Not so much as roles, but I don't have to worry about dinner when I come home. I know it's gonna be cooked. I know simple things like that gonna be done. And it's
Yeah,
not
I
like
wish.
about. You see what I'm saying? But those things people don't have. But I don't even think twice about it because I know if I ask for it, she gonna make it happen. And then same thing. Well, we got Jalen there now. But prior to that, I was taking the trash out, cutting the grass. It's just things that we do that just don't have to be said.
Mhm.
You know what I mean? So
That's
it's like.
that's the most beautiful thing in the world. Because if I gotta constantly keep telling you, that let me know you ain't heard me the first, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, eighth, ninth, 10th, 11th, 12th time. And if you ain't been paying attention, that tells me another thing that you just
You
don't
ain't,
pay
yeah,
attention.
you ain't
You know what
interested.
I'm saying? So that's awesome. Like you guys are doing well. Like I'm gonna read a couple of these other ones that the experts said, but it sounds like you guys read the same book I read. Because you seem to have applied a lot of these expert tips to your current situation. Respect the person, respect the reason for being apart. Like sometimes people are like, man, I hate that we're apart. I want to hurry up and move there tomorrow. And then you make a disaster of things rather than
Right,
saying
right.
we're apart because we're planning. We're apart because if we rush it, we're going to be on rock bottom and homeless. You know what I'm saying? You know, so that was one of them. Scheduling hangout time, be vulnerable and transparent, and that's one of the things that you guys touched on.
Yeah.
So you shit. I see why y'all successful. Maybe I'll read some of these next time I decide I might want to entertain one of these situations.
But I can't, like I said, I can't say that everything gonna work out. But this was my first long distance because I've been in Detroit all my life, but I went to
Right.
college in South Carolina.
Okay.
So I did my dibbling and dabbling. But and that's why I tell her all the time, the universe made it for us to meet now because the old me
That is so awesome.
wasn't ready for her. I would have probably, or vice versa. She
Right.
she gave you sweet girl, but she got some skeletons too.
Oh, don't
she
be
can break
wrong.
hearts.
Don't
You know what I'm
be-
saying? So
I tell people all the time it's a flip side to
Yeah,
everybody's
yeah,
coin. It's a
so
matter of whether or not you
I
activate.
wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready to receive this kind of love or give it back. I can be
Mhm.
selfish. You know what I'm saying? So I probably would have just took and took and took and took.
Mhm.
But I love to see her smile, so I'm gonna do those little things, those little notes and things like that because she don't require a lot. She's not, give me the Michael Kors bag, give me, nah. The rent, I come home and she got on bills paid, she happy.
That's it.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like, we gotta understand it. You know what I'm saying? So it just worked for us. And I'm happy, I really can, I tell her all the time, some of my exes, I be wanting to apologize to. I wasn't shit, I wasn't right. But now I'm in a happy place that I can give her what I should have been, you know, probably giving. But it wasn't that time and it wasn't the right person, so.
That's sweet.
And I'm here.
Oh, to stay
Crazy.
in the country.
Okay?
In the country.
Hey, she over there talking about it's different. Man, she screamed we country all the time.
And then my son, he just all he want to do is, can we move to LA? I'm like, nigga, who?
To LA.
I'm a barber. I can't afford LA.
Yeah.
I'm straight.
Yeah.
Let him go see it. Let him see it for himself.
It is different though. It's nice. The weather is nice, but it's the cost of living. That's the adjustment.
The cost of living is super high.
It's ridiculous. That's what I'm saying. She was making great money, but it balanced out because
Yeah.
of what you paying in rent.
Yeah.
It was like, wow, like for a studio, we pay that for like a 5-bedroom house. Y'all paying that for a studio, man. So it's different. It is.
Well, I've truly enjoyed talking to y'all and getting to know the scoop, the story, the struggle, the triumphs, the success.
Interview us again after the marriage.
Yeah, oh. I'm gonna have y'all come back on like, I don't know. It depends on what phase y'all.
Right.
How to save your marriage.
Okay, right. Never did it.
No, I see y'all. I see y'all doing very well. So if there's anything you could say, look into them cameras, to the world outside. Anybody that's trying to establish a long distance relationship, or anybody that's in the midst of one, and you know, they may not know how to navigate themselves through it. What kind of advice would you give them?
Communicate.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a communicator, so I always say communicate. I'm big on it. As long as you communicate with each other, pour your feelings out, that's it. It'll work.
Mm-hmm.
That's how I feel.
Be 100 with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, I would say if you obviously you on like social media or on the phone, I would say still be the real you, because you can only pretend for so long. So if it's financial, if even we didn't touch on this, but even spiritual, you know what I mean? Like we both are more spiritual than religious, but that works for us. And I don't know if I could be with somebody that just live by the Bible day by day by day. But no disrespect to anybody that does that. This is what works for me. So that's why you need to be open, because you don't want to not talk about something. Then when it comes to light, now it's a problem.
Right.
So I would just say, just be the real, authentic you, because that's gonna get you the happiness you're looking for, if it's supposed to be.
Authenticity and transparency. The keys to success to a long distance relationship, among others, as we discussed. But I thank you so much, ladies, for your time. I appreciate you so much. Appreciate you so much. And it's a wrap.
You're beautiful the way you are. Those other girls, they try so hard. True beauty is effortless, and Mother Earth, that is evidence. You're beautiful the way you are. Those other girls, they try so hard. True beauty is effortless, and Mother Earth, that is evidence.
Keep the fake hair, keep the makeup, and plastic surgeons that fuck your face up. You are beautiful, you don't need that. About time a real nigga gave you feedback. I like my women all natural. Hollywood got y'all acting wild, looking at TV and magazines, but they don't really know what beauty means. All they wanna do is sell you some shit.